Hello? Hello?
Hello
Don, can you
there.
hear me?
Yes, finally. Can
So
you
what
hear me?
happened?
I
Yeah, I
don't
can
know.
hear you. I've been
Um,
waiting for 15 minutes.
I don't know. He was late for signing in. Um,
Who?
um, um, Jiggy. Now, Ben, are you there? You
Um,
probably no. Ben, are you?
anyway,
What?
it's only Ben is me.
Ben, it's you. Okay. Then
Bin
it's just you.
Laden. You remember what Bin Laden is? Ben.
Okay, it's just you and me. Then, J- um,
Well, we have a lot to talk about. For God's sake, we have a huge amount. You
well,
pick this. You pick the subject. I don't mind.
okay. Well, first off, this is the Jiggy Jaguar show. A little late. But well, nonetheless, we're here and we're going to be here for a while. And and well, I there's only one to me. There's only one topic to talk about. Well, President Trump uh, really projected American power. Um, uh, and I'm looking at the Democrats who sit there with um, their heads up there, you know what, and you sit there and wonder. I mean, do they not understand world politics? That you have to demonstrate power at some point. What do you think the Arab world is thinking right now, Jake? IQ.
Besides the stupid animals in the fake media, every person on the planet understands what Trump has done. It is the greatest projection of power ever in history, since World War II, since Hiroshima, in fact. Exactly what he said, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But they revile him because they are stupid animals who cannot give credit to somebody who deserves credit. Even no matter what he does, if he walks on water, the news media will say, ha ha, look at him, he can't swim.
Where's the snow? Where are the rocks? That's what they say if you walked on
Yeah,
water.
yeah, correct, correct, correct. No, they really are despicable. And no matter how much you hate them, you can hate them even more.
Well, the New York Times went with a story about how the raid was ineffective.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Ineffective only in their brain. Only in their brain. You know, it's ironic that the chief of staff, he gave a beautiful lecture. Did you watch it?
yes, I did. I did.
Absolutely spot on with complete details. They've been working on this for 15 years. Nobody knew that, ever. I've never heard that before. They've been working on this for 15 years. Who else knew about it? Nobody. I've never read an article on it, ever.
Well, it's a very interesting take by the New York Times. They just will not admit what happened. They will not admit that Trump has done something very well.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You see, they're irrelevant. They really are irrelevant. And what I like now, Rubio and Hedges are also doing the same thing, cursing them in front of the media, in front of television cameras, in front of the whole world. I love it. I love every second of it. Yes, they deserve it. They're criminal. They really are criminal. There's no question about it. They're anti-American.
Well, they actually circulated a story that the people at CNN and the New York Times that ran the story should be fired, and I happen to agree. They didn't check
Why?
their facts.
Fired. You're very decent. Personally, I'll execute them.
Okay, now let's go to the more important point. What do you think the Iranians will do?
At the moment, they can't do anything. I'll tell you why. According to the latest report from Iran, they have not seen or heard Ayatollah Khamenei for a whole week. It is not impossible that he is dead. And they're not saying anything about it. Because there are now,
Well,
there's a
there's a
power,
report out.
no, there's a power
There's a
struggle now.
report out that there's a. You think there's a power vacuum right now?
Yes, yes, but there is a power struggle because you have got the people who are moderate, so-called, between and the other people who are supposed to be aggressive. Aggressive with what? So they can shoot a few more rockets on Israel. But Israel was going to obliterate them, but Trump stopped it.
Hmm.
He ordered the Israeli Air Force to go back home without dropping a bomb.
Hmm.
Can you believe that? And he got away with it. He got away with it. Unbelievable. Why? Because they respect him.
But let me ask you this question: do you think the Iranians expected the attack?
Yes, but not early. He gave them 2 weeks. They didn't think he would break his word. He gave them 2 weeks because he gave them 60 days. On the 61 day, he attacked them. So he told them 2 weeks, and they thought 2 weeks. Well, okay, it was within 2 weeks.
Well,
Look,
but do you think they honestly believed him that he was going to make a decision in 2 weeks?
oh yeah, they believed him because whatever he told them earlier, he kept his word. He would not allow Israel attack them for 60 days. So he kept his word. On the 61st day, which was the 13th of the month, he told Israel, okay, go ahead, finish the job. And they did. They did a marvelous job, honestly, the Israelis. Unbelievable. They kept the skies so clear that the Americans were flying and not even a bullet was fired at them. Not one bullet. Forget about a missile.
Well, what I found interesting, they also unleashed 16 Tomahawk missiles at the same time. I
Yes,
found that it.
why? It came from submarine. You remember
Yeah,
how many times on this show I have always said, I don't understand why the Israelis are not using their submarines. I'm still under shock. I don't understand why they haven't used them. America put this.
well, they don't have the capability.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
American.
they have. Honestly, they have. I promise you, they have. They have the ICBMs and they have the Tomahawks in their own submarines. They modify the submarines which they bought from uh, Germany. They are always good at this thing. They buy from America and they enhance it even better. This is why the American forces, the beauty of the relationship is not the political one, it's the military one. Kurilla, the Center Command, he was in Israel in
Well,
2025.
let me
God.
ask you. A different question. Um, how does this affect the Ukraine? I mean, does it put Putin on notice that he better start making the peace moves, what do you think?
Look, first of all, it affects Ukraine in the sense because the Iranians don't have the drones to sell to Russia. And Russia is using the drones from Iran to attack Ukraine. So that's an advantage for Ukraine. The second one is that today, Trump is unassailable. He called one phone call to uh, Pakistan and one phone call to Iran, India, and they ceased fire. They were going to kill each other with atom bombs. He makes a call to Israel and tells them, return your aircraft without dropping a bomb. They did. Ceasefire, ceasefire. Iran was begging for a ceasefire. And he said, okay, give it to them. So he is unassailable, he's at the moment. The problem with Iran, with Ukraine and Russia, Russia doesn't want to make peace, according to the latest reports. It's Putin who doesn't want to make peace. And I don't understand why, really. I would have thought it would be the best thing for him to have a peaceful relationship now.
Well, but let me look at this. Um, Russia has failed every one of its allies. It didn't help the Syrians. It certainly hasn't helped the Iranians. I mean, at some point, do they say, wait a second, maybe we ought to look at things differently?
They are not only Iran and Ukraine or whoever. Many other countries who get supplies from Russia are thinking twice about it, like Pakistan, like India. India and Pakistan bought a lot of Russian weapons. But
But
now, look at the American weapons. Look at the American weapons. In 12 days, in fact, in the first 4 days of the war, Israel had dominance of the airspace in 4 days. And nobody said, congratulations. Because everybody was saying, Israel cannot do it. Cannot do it.
yeah,
Only
yeah,
America can do it.
but Iranians were flying pre-Shaw F-14s, and
Yeah,
we were the Israelis are flying F-30s. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Yeah, correct. But I mean, not only this, but right, but the Iranians also bought from Russia, third and fourth generation aircraft.
yeah,
The
but
Sukhoi,
they
the
don't they don't
Sukhoi.
se- they don't seem to be able to stand up to the American-made planes.
No, they can't. The American planes are much better than the Russian ones. No question. No question. Look, the F-15s with the modifications, even after 60 years, they're running beautifully. After 60 years, they're still the best. Same thing with the F-14s. Sorry, F-16s. And now you have the F-35. And the F-35I, which is the Israeli version, is superior to any other F-35. Literally.
It's just that in 1 week the balance of the world changed. You know, that's how I look at it. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100% correct. Of course it changed. The threat of nuclear Iran is gone. The Arabs now they can make peace with Israel. Lebanon can make peace. Uh, they had no reason. Lebanese never had any problem with Israel. It's only because they were dominated by Hezbollah that they started the war. But now Hezbollah is nearly finished. Uh, Hamas has got nobody now. The Houthis have got nobody. The Houthis have got nobody. They only had Iran. And Iran now cannot do anything with them. They don't have them. By the way, their finances are also in shambles, Iran, because Israel attacked the banks where they hold money and gold and everything else. They destroyed these places.
Well, let me ask you this question, which was brought up to me by someone yesterday. How do the Israelis be able to pinpoint so many high-ranking officers in Iran and kill them in effect in their bed?
Correct. Because the Israelis spent a lot of time. You remember when the Khomeini, the first one, when he took power, he murdered maybe 30, 40,000 Iranians. He literally murdered them because they were supporters of the Shah.
Yeah.
So what happened? The Israelis knew the names of every single family. Every single person who was murdered, they knew the family. So they sent their own Mossad people to use them as spies. There are more spies in Iran than there are Mossad people in Israel. Believe it or not, that's a fact. So what
Do you
happened?
think? Do you think
They
they're
were telling
Iranian?
these, yes, they were Iranians. They're not bloody Jews. They're Iranians. They're Muslims. They could be Arabs. Could be Kurds. They could be Armenians. They could be Shia and could be Sunnis. They could be Balochis. Don't forget, Iran is not one nation. It's a lot of different nationalities, ethnicities. So they approached them. They turned them into spies. and they could tell the Israelis exactly where every person they want, where they are, which floor they are in, which room they are in, what time they come in, what time they go out. Yes. Look, it took years to do this. It's not yesterday. It took 20 to 30 years, not a joke. That was this. It's not an off-the-shelf attack. They had to spend an enormous amount of time and effort and collect a lot of information, enormous amount of information about the timing of the people who go to bed, what time they go to bed, where they go to the mosque, what time do they go to the mosque, how many times they go to the mosque. Everything was recorded. Everything.
Well, Talleyrand said if two people know a secret, that's one too many.
Look, I'll tell you something. The attack on Iran conducted by Trump was so sealed, nobody knew about it until it happened. Nobody. There was no leak. And this little thing about the leak, about the assessment, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It's nothing. But the leak about the attack itself never happened. Never happened. Perfectly sealed. It was really well done.
Well, that's true, and that's truly amazing. It speaks well of our
Exactly.
military.
Believe me, it's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. Because he made sure the least number of people to know. And he made sure that the only time they'll get to know is 1 minute to midnight. When he told Schumer and he told the Democrats.
Jeffries.
Yeah. Jeffrey didn't take the call.
If he'd done it earlier, somebody would have leaked it.
They would have not, it would have been 100% they would have leaked it. 100%. Because they don't care about American safety. All they care is to destroy Trump and the MAGA movement. That's all. They don't care about America. They really don't. They're traitors. No matter how you slice it, they're traitors.
I'm beginning to agree with you. You know.
Thank you. No, but to me, it's look. I don't believe in shades. I believe in right and wrong, black or white. Anything in between, I'm not interested.
Well, he came back early from the NATO meeting, and the NATO countries all agreed that well maybe they have to go to 5%, which is a mythical figure. But do you think that they will stick with their promises?
Yes, under Trump, they have no choice because he doesn't hesitate to point out, "Look, you bastard, you agreed and you didn't keep your word." Literally, he doesn't mind. They know he will attack them. They know, individually and publicly. They know he will. Look, something else happened. Soros, his son, got married. You know that?
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
Soros did not attend the wedding. Why?
I hadn't realized that. Why
Well,
do
I'm
think?
telling you, he was not there at the wedding. That's a good question. And yet, not a single newspaper is questioning it. It just shows you how corrupt they are. This is a big noise. This is a big story. Soros is so important in bankrupting America and stabbing America, especially the MAGA people. And yet nobody is questioning, well, why weren't you there when your son was getting married? Not a single question, no Pepsi Quick. I'm telling you, from my point of view, only mine, everyone in the media, top people, I'll put them against the wall and shoot them dead. I would do it myself.
Can I switch the subject for a minute?
Of course, anything you like.
Well, the New York, I know, the New York Times had a very interesting article today. It said that the studies done about the people who stayed home at the last election indicate that more people that stayed home would have voted for Trump than for Harris. I don't know if you saw that article.
Yeah, but I mean, if I saw even as I told you, the minute I read New York Times, I delete it. They lie. I don't trust anything they say. Honestly, I swear to you, on my life, the minute I read the title, New York Times, I delete it immediately. Why would I waste my time? It's a waste of time. They lie, they twist, they contort, they are really,
Oh,
really.
oh, I don't, but they do have to say what's going on and what is going. It's a To me that's a very interesting article. It said in effect that the Democrats said that everybody had turned out, Harris would have won, but
Oh,
the
yeah. Oh,
analysis is
yeah.
it's the
If,
opposite. If
if I
everybody
believe,
had shown up,
yeah,
Trump would have
if,
won bigger.
if I believe them, I believe in cheese on the moon. Yeah, forget it. Come on, it's a waste of time. Trump had a movement. He created a movement. It's a Trumpian movement. The people who love him will never change. He delivers. He said, I will move the embassy to Jerusalem. He did. He said, I'll make peace. He did. That was in 45, when he was 45. He said, I will destroy the Iranian nuclear assets. He did. What else what does anybody want? I don't understand. The economy is doing fine. Inflation is not going up. Your, the prices of petrol is lower than ever before, at least lower than Biden anyway. So tell me, what wrong did he do? Tell me a single item.
Well, but let me throw some back at you. Who succeeds him? It's not the first person that starts a revolution. It's the second person that
Well,
consolidates.
you have JD Vance. Uh, I mean, don't you watch JD Vance? I watch JD Vance all the time. I watch him when he talks. I watch his body language. He's a Trump. He is a replica of Trump. He tells the news media, go fuck yourselves. And he does. But he does it in a polite way. And he does it full of backup information, completely full of backup information. I love the guy. Oh, he can easily take over from Trump, no problem at all. Rubio can take over from Trump. Again, no problem at all. He is also not mincing his words. Trump has got now, I think, one of the best group of people ever in the history of any administration, honestly. All dedicated to him, dedicated to his vision, articulate people. Articulate, can you imagine? They can put not a sentence, they can put a whole page without reading of a teleprompter. Without reading from a teleprompter. Rubio is interviewed, no teleprompter, not even a note. And he destroys the one who's interviewing him. Destroys them. Why? He knows, because he knows subject. Can you think of a single Democrat who can do that? Doesn't exist. Not one.
Well, look at this Democrat that just won in New York City. I mean, he's to the left of AOC.
I'm writing an article. I will be sending it to you in a few hours about Zohrani.
Hmm.
He's like, listen, two things. He said he's a moderate. I'm telling you in my article, he's a Muslim. He supports Hamas. He supports the arrest of Bibi Netanyahu. He wants illegals to be treated as if they are citizens of the United States of America. As far as I'm concerned, the fact that he's a Muslim, the fact that he's a Sharia Muslim, is a traitor. Automatically, he's a traitor. He has no choice. As I said a million times on this show, they have no choice. The fact that they are Sharia compliant makes them traitors. I'll send you the article today.
Well, the Democratic Party seems to be suicidal almost.
No, he. Do you know who supported him? I'm going to, in my article to blow your mind. White Americans, white, not black, not
Yeah,
white.
that's it. That's the first Democrat,
Yeah,
Victor, that didn't
yeah,
have the black support.
no. And who? What kind? They are middle to upper middle class people, young people, the most spoiled bastards on the planet, who know nothing about what they have done. They know nothing about Zionism. They know nothing about Palestine. They know nothing about America. They know nothing about anything. Why? They grew up being indoctrinated in the worst universities in America. By whom? By communists. You will read it in my article. You will see.
I look forward to it.
No, honestly, I back up everything. You should know me by now. But it's disgusting. They're white. They're self-hating bastards.
Well,
Literally self-hating.
but I can't. I'm out of pocket tomorrow. I can't. I won't react to it until Saturday.
That's all right. That's no problem. I'm not in a rush. I'm never in a rush.
Hmm.
Are you all right physically?
Physically, I'm fine.
Good.
Okay.
That's the best answer. Really, that's the best answer.
I'm trying to make sense of the American healthcare system. Believe me, it just does not make sense, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Look,
Uh,
you think the healthcare system in Europe is any better?
I'm say that again.
Do you think the healthcare system in Europe is better?
Oh, uh,
It's not better. I'll tell you what. If if you don't have private insurance, you're protected. But if you have an emergency, you have to wait your in line, and it can wait a year. It can wait 6 months. By that time, you're dead. That's the only difference.
I just had to go back in 1968. Um, I, um, I was working, and I arranged for my mother to come over to Copenhagen because we were having an event. Okay, but I was in Paris at the time, and she fell, and um, they took her to the hospital, took care of her, put her overnight. She was by herself, an American in Denmark, and made her well. By the time I arrived from Paris, uh, she was on the mend. Okay, and I went into the hospital in Denmark, and everything. She was in a private room, etc. And they never sent her a bill or anything. And I've seldom seen as good a care as I had at that Denmark, as I saw that Denmark with my mother. You know,
Correct. I'll tell you something else. If you come to England and you're a bloody foreigner and you fall, you get exactly the same treatment. You will get exactly the same treatment and you will not be charged. But if you want private, that's a different story. Then you pay for it. That's the only difference. But it wasn't just Denmark. England is the same. We have a lot of foreigners coming in here. They break their leg, they break some. They don't throw them in the dustbin. They take care of them, and they take care of them extremely well. So don't be shocked.
hmm.
Yeah, yeah. No, honestly, this is. I mean, I think it's wrong because why should we pay for somebody who's a foreigner as if he's born in England? Why should we do that? But they're doing it out of compassion, mostly, in a world which has very little compassion.
Let me ask you this question. You know, I'm the son of immigrants. My father jumped ship. You know, number one, have you noticed that the surge in cross border has stopped? Mm,
Have I noticed? I'm on top of it. Of course I know. Stop zero, completely zero. Nobody is coming. And how did they do that? By enforcing the law. They didn't need You know, this duplicity of the Democrat bastards. We need to have discussions. We have to have authorization. Bull crap. Enforce the law and you will do it. And they did. Trump did it. He enforced the law.
But you know what's really ridiculous? They just passed here in Wilmington a law that the police cannot help ICE round up um, illegal immigrants. You
Where? In
know
which country? In which city?
what?
In which state?
Delaware.
It doesn't matter. So they screw themselves. What can I tell you? But under Trump, he will teach them a lesson they will never forget. He will enforce it. Yeah, he will enforce it. Trump will not let them get away with it. Trump is a law and order man. Full stop. You don't like it? Lump it. Get out.
Hmm.
No, honestly. Delaware. Who the hell is Delaware? How dare they do
First
that?
day.
Yeah, but what I can't understand is why would the American public allow them? Why? Why would I'm a citizen of the United States of America in any state. If my representative supports the illegals, I'll go and put a gun to his head and tell him, you have a choice. I will do it because it's my life, my children's life, and my grandchildren's life. I'm not saying I'll kill him, but teach him a lesson. You change your mind immediately. That's it. I know I sound very, very aggressive, but I'm not. I'm looking at it from the point of view of survival.
It's about time we're aggressive. Look at Trump. You know, I sit here and I watch these various things happening, and I say, you know, it's about time.
Thank you. Thank you. As I always said, you have to show that you stand up. Nobody respects you when you are poor. Nobody respects you when you are weak. Nobody.
Well, let me ask you this question, IQ. What should Trump do now with Russia?
There's nothing he can do. He doesn't want to do anything to harm Putin. It's Putin's stupidity. Really, the ball is in Putin's court. And he's being very stupid because Trump is the only one in the Western world who's not increasing the sanctions. Literally. And he's doing it to give Putin a chance. Look, make peace. Let's get it over with. You know, this is the sick part of it. Because Trump always said before he became president that on day one, he will bring peace between Ukraine and Russia. He always said that in day one. Well, we're day 200 now and nothing. And because there is no goodwill, when there is no goodwill, you can't make peace. It's impossible. Only with goodwill you make peace. But goodwill from both sides, obviously. Both sides have got to have goodwill. Whether the Iranians will continue with their goodwill is another story. We don't know. But at the moment, so far, the ceasefire has kept. Because my Israeli friends are telling me, at least we can go to bed and sleep. They haven't slept for 12 days.
Hmm. Who
In
who
Israel, they can't sleep. They're getting sirens to get out every single day. They were being attacked by missiles and drones. They didn't sleep.
Oh.
12 days. It's not a joke, man. Every other hour, every 6 hours, the alarm goes off and they've got to go to the shelter. And the damage done by the missiles were extensive. Each missile was 700 kilos of explosion. That's a huge amount of explosion. Similar amount to what happened to Oklahoma, you remember? The federal government, McVeigh, he blew it up. Timothy McVeigh, you remember? The federal government building. No, you forgot. Okay.
Let me go sideways and say something else. The Supreme Court today did a very interesting thing. they um, knocked down a attempt by a group of lawyers to say that the people had the right for health care, rather than it could the states have the right to manage, are responsible for it, and they ruled 6-3 again that it's not written a right. It is a privilege.
Thank
I
you.
don't
It's a
know.
privilege. Yeah, 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 yeah. But that's the residence in America and the green card is a privilege, not a right. To become an
Correct.
American citizen is a privilege. It's not a right. You're not entitled to it.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, listen to this. I have a green card, but my passport says I was born in Iraq, which I was born in Iraq, obviously. I most probably will have a problem now when I get to America because Iraq is one of the countries put as terrorism under supervision. So I'll find out when I get to the airport. I'll find out.
Hmm. I'm sitting here. I
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
no.
I know. That's okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
By the way, the Europeans, come to think of it, the head of the European Union, NATO, gave the ultimate compliment to Trump, which they never, which they haven't done since he was president the first time.
Well, I thought that the NATO meeting was a triumph for him.
Yeah, it was, definitely was. It was. The question now is, will he get the Nobel Prize? That's the question now. Can you believe it? Pakistan is putting his name. Pakistan.
Or what's happening?
Pakistan is putting Trump's name for the Nobel Prize.
Well, that won't happen.
Why? There is no way on earth they can't do it now. There's no way. No way. It has to happen. If the ceasefire between Israel and Iran continues, if one more state joins the Abrahamic Accord, any one of them, he deserves the Nobel Prize. In fact, he deserves two of them. They gave one to Obama before he even did anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
unbelievable. I swear, unbelievable. He didn't do anything. They gave him a Nobel Prize.
well, even he admitted that he didn't think he deserved it.
Yes, but he wasn't decent enough to say, thank you, I don't deserve it. He kept the money. Yeah. That's the difference between a man and a charlatan. A man would have said, thank you very much, very kind of you, I don't deserve it. That's it. He didn't do that.
I don't know if you know Stan Musial was.
Who?
Stan Musial. He
No,
was
who's
a
he?
he was a star in the 40s and the 50s with the St. Louis Cardinals, and he was a pretty big star. And his son won a scholarship to college, and Stan Musial said to him, to his son, "Look, I can afford to send you to college. Turn down the scholarship so that somebody else could have one that needed it." I always thought that was one
Now,
of the
this is, yeah,
that is one of the great
but
ones
correct,
I've.
but this is the type of a human being who deserves to be a leader and a good father. Yes, a leader and a good father. He can afford it. He gives a chance to somebody who less, who can't afford it. Give him a chance to have the scholarship. Unbelievable. But not many people do that. Even if they are billionaires, they will take more. Greed, 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 always greed. But I hope Soros is dead. I really do. He's an evil creature. Really evil. Can you see anything in your readings?
Say that. I'm not hearing it for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. Are you reading anything on the internet?
No, not really. I think everybody right now is licking their chops because uh, the New York Times. I'll go. Well, I'm I'll go to the Times right now. I know you don't like it. I have Trump rallies for signature policy bill as GOP rushes to save it. Hmm. Justice Department opens inquiry, University of California hiring. If everyone, the big headline is one I just said to you. If everyone had voted, Harris still would have lost. That,
Okay, all right. Makes me happy.
that was on the front page.
Yeah.
Well, the New York Times, of course, does it. Um, um, here it is. Hegseth and Kane delve into details, but not results of Iranian strike.
No, no results.
That's
Do you
what
know
the
what?
headline is.
Yeah, do you know what Hezgis told them?
Mhm.
Take a shovel and dig. Literally, go and dig and find out.
Let's talk about Gaza for a minute.
Mhm.
I mean, um, this. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's the end game for the Israelis for letting the people starve.
They're not starving. Nobody is starving in Gaza. What are you talking about, for God's sake? Show me a single one in Gaza starving. I'll pay you $1,000.
Okay, let me read you the headline. I
Read me.
know hundreds of Palestinians have been killed over the past month near aid hubs set up under a new Israeli backed system, according to Gaza health officials.
First of all, Gaza health official is Hamas, and you are reading Hamas. So automatically you are talking about a liar. Next, tell me the next thing. I mean, I already solved the problem. Who is the in Gaza? Hamas. Hamas said 50,000 people dead, but they never said how many of them were soldiers, did they? All were civilians. So no soldiers die, only civilians. And the newspapers, like the New York Times, repeats it. Nobody questions it. 50,000 dead, 10,000 starving to death. No nation on earth at war ever supplied electricity, water, and medicine to its enemy. Never. Only Israel. Only Israel. And the whole idea of starvation is part of the war, any war. But they're not allowed to do it. They don't do it. They're not doing it. It doesn't matter what Hamas says. If you take the word of Hamas, then you are lost, not me.
Okay. Um, but, it's just that it's a bad scene.
Wait a minute.
In
You have
Gaza.
a terrorist organization who, after 600 days, they still have hostages and they are not releasing them, dead or alive. And nobody is complaining. They're complaining, oh, you're not giving them enough aid. Why would I give aid to my own tormentor? Why would I give aid to the one who's killing me? Tell me. Why? The whole purpose of the submarine attacks by the Nazis against all the ships coming to England was to destroy England economically, to stop the food, to stop the fuel, to stop the materials of energy, to starve them to death. That was the whole point. Nobody said anything at the time. Nobody can say anything because this is part of war. This is the whole part of the strategy of war, is to starve the other side until they surrender. How else do you end the war? By giving them food so they can fight? But the news media, they're starving. They're not starving. Nobody is starving. And what the Israelis were doing were trying to distribute the food directly to the Gaza people. But Hamas started killing them because Hamas would
Let me
rather.
ask you,
Yeah,
before we go further, China's sitting right now. It's got problems despite what um, with Trump's new activity. Do you think it's also helped stave off an attack on Formosa?
yeah, I honestly believe that, yes. Look, no matter what anybody thinks, Trump has a good relationship with Xi in the sense that they can talk to each other. Whether they agree or not is irrelevant. They can talk to each other. They respect each other. The important thing is respect. You cannot respect somebody who's poor, unfortunately, and you cannot respect somebody who is weak. But somebody who is powerful, you respect him whether you like it or not. What he has done now with Iran, with the B-2s, it is enormous. It's an enormous signal. Enormous signal. The planes went 36 hours, several thousands of miles, undetected, pinpoint accuracy, and back without a single bullet fired at them. This is power. Yeah. It will make the other side think, do I want to go ahead or not? As Trump said, go ahead, make my day. I love the guy. I love the guy. Go ahead, make my day. Yeah.
And he still has 3.5 years left.
And he hasn't done it in 6 weeks. We haven't had 6 months, have we? He started in January. Yeah, 6 months. I swear to you. In 6 months, we've got 3.5 years. Can you imagine? He is changing the world on a daily basis, literally on a daily basis. Nobody can say no to Trump now. Nobody. Literally nobody. He told Bibi Netanyahu, turn your planes back. He turned the planes back.
And what about giving Netanyahu the Nobel Prize?
He's not interested. By the way, he had the best compliment. Trump, for the first time ever, he interfered into internal affairs. He said to the Israeli people, stop this bullshit against Netanyahu. You know, the cases against him. Stop it. Most probably they will stop it. Listen, they got on very well because they are on the same wavelength. Their troops, American Air Force, and the Israeli Air Force, they interchange all the time. They get information with each other. They are brothers in arms. I sent you the article. I think you got that. I said they are brothers in arms.
Well, on that note, IQ, I'm just going to say, let us call it a night, and
No
hopefully
problem.
it'll appear.
God willing, we'll have a good time again next week.
Yes,
Take care of
hopefully.
yourself. Take care of
Hopefully
yourself.
he'll be back. But
Take care.
have a great day.
Same to you.